Hey racers, JonRacer3 today, back for another Hot Wheels tournament. Today we have 8 hypercars and 8 supercars about to face off in a team battle down the 6th lane to the street track. If you guys know how the team battles work, the way this is going to work is each round it's going to be a hypercar versus a supercar. At the end of the first round we will see how many hypercars and how many supercars are left, and then they will race based on how many there are. So let's go ahead and start with the racing. It'll be the first car to 1 win for the first round, all the way up until the semifinals will be the first car to 2 wins, and the finals will be the first car to 3 wins. Which type of car is faster on the street track? We're about to find out. First up, representing supercars, we got the Ford GT going against the hypercar, the Lamborghini Venino. 3, 2, 1. That Venino's quick. He's going to beat out the Ford GT and take the win. Next up for hypercars, we've got the Bugatti Divo from Matchbox going up against the Ferrari 458 in white from Hot Wheels. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it is a close one. The Ferrari 458 is just going to steer out the Divo. Very dirty move there, but the Ferrari's going to take it. Next up, representing supercars, is the Lamborghini Guyato Superleggera going against the hypercar, the Bugatti Chiron. 3, 2, 1. Oh, the Bugatti Chiron's going to have an awful wreck. He's going to flip as soon as he hits the street. It's going to be the Lamborghini taking the win. Next up for hypercars, we got the Aston Vulcan going up against the supercar, the Nissan GTR. 3, 2, 1. The Vulcan has the speed over the GTR and is going to take it for hypercars. Currently the score is 2-2, so it's tied up in between the car types. Next up for hypercars, we got the Lykan Hypersport versus the BMW i8. 3, 2, 1. And look at that, the Lykan Hypersport for once is going to beat out the BMW i8 fair and square. I interrupt this program to let you guys know about my Instagram page. Now on my Instagram, I post a lot of fun Hot Wheels and behind the scenes content, even thumbnails for upcoming videos and thumbnails that didn't make the cut. So if you want to see some awesome Hot Wheels content and maybe even some Forza content coming in the future, make sure you go click the link in the description, follow me on Instagram. It would be greatly appreciated. And that is all I wanted to say. So go ahead, check the Instagram, and now back to your scheduled video. Next up for supercars, we got the Acura NSX versus the Ferrari FXXK for the hypercars. 3, 2, 1. That FXXK is a little slow. Luckily, the Acura was able to stay on the track. If he hopped off, Ferrari FXXK would have taken it, but that was not the case. The Acura moves on. Why do I keep trying to say Audi? Next up, we've got a McLaren face-off. We've got the McLaren Senna for hypercars and the McLaren 720S for supercars. 3, 2, 1. That 720S is quick. The McLaren Senna is going to flip on the street track, which is unfortunate. The McLaren 720S is going to take the win. Here we go. In order to tie it up, the Ferrari LaFerrari for hypercars has to beat out the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. 3, 2, 1. And it's going to be close. The Porsche is going to spin out on the street, allowing the Ferrari LaFerrari to move on. It's all tied up. Well, since it's all tied up between the hypercars and the supercars, no strange rule changes here. We're going to move on to the second round. For the first round, we have the Ferrari 458 versus the Venino. 3, 2, 1. Look at that. It's going to be close. The Ferrari 458 is going to push the Venino out of the way just like he did the Divo the round before. The Ferrari 458's moving on. Next up, we got the Lamborghini Guyato versus the Aston Martin Vulcan. 3, 2, 1. Look at that. The Aston Martin Vulcan is going to cut right in front of the Lamborghini, taking the win. The street's getting a little slick and it's causing cars to spin out. Will these cars spin out? We got the Lykan Hypersport versus the Acura NSX. 3, 2, 1. And look at that. The NSX is going to take the win, flipping to the finish line. Hopefully the LaFerrari takes this so the Aston Martin doesn't have to face all the supercars themselves. We've got the LaFerrari versus the 720S. 3, 2, 1. It's going to be a close one. I think the Ferrari LaFerrari just barely edges out the McLaren 720S. That was a close one. The score is all tied up still. It'll be the first car to 2 wins for the semifinals. Who will prevail? Will it be the supercars or the hypercars? Our first matchup, we've got the Ferrari 458 versus the Aston Martin Vulcan. Race 1. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, the Aston Martin Vulcan's gonna take the win. The Ferrari gets off of the street, thus not finishing the race. The Vulcan takes the first one. Can the Vulcan get a second HYPERCAR? We're about to find out in 3, 2, 1. It doesn't look like it. The Ferrari 458 was pretty solid with that run. It is now 1-1 going into the third race. The winner of this moves on to the finale. Who will it be in 3, 2, 1? And it's going to be the Ferrari 458 for supercars, beating out the Vulcan, making the comeback, and taking the win. The LaFerrari is the only hope the hypercars have left. Can the Acura NSX take it down? We're about to find out in 3, 2, 1. It doesn't look like it. The Ferrari's going to spin out on the street, allowing the NSX to get their first win. Here we go. If the NSX gets one more win, supercars are going to take it, and the Ferrari will be eliminated. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's gonna be close. It's an awful wreck to the finish line, but unfortunately it's the Acura NSX taking the win, beating out the LaFerrari, beating hypercars, moving on to the finale. Here you go. Here's our finale matchup. We got 2 supercars, the Acura NSX and the Ferrari 458 Italia. Wow, some very nice looking cars here. They beat out every single hypercar and have one representing supercars, but now it's time to see which one is actually faster, to see who is the first to get the 3 wins. Here we go, race number 1, 458 and NSX. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, the Ferrari 458 is going to spin around and beat off the NSX for the first race. Here we go, race number 2, 3, 2, 1. Oh, it looks like the NSX is actually going to sneak around the 458 for this one. I think the NSX took it, but I got to go back to replay. The NSX did in fact take that. It's 1-1. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, and the Ferrari's going to shove the NSX straight off of the street, allowing the Ferrari to take his second win. One more and it's over. Here we go, one more for the Ferrari, and it's over. 3, 2, 1. Ferrari has the lead and he's gonna spin in front of the NSX, beating him out to the street finish line, taking the win. There you guys have it. The Ferrari 458 Italia is gonna beat out the Acura NSX 3-1, taking the win. If you guys enjoyed this tournament, make sure to like the video, comment down below, follow me on Instagram at JonRacer3, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace!